Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Second down following the run. Play fake. Cousins. And this will be a dump off for Kellen. And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Cousins now out to the left here to Reed. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second down now after the pass completion. Throwing is Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fowler. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They'll hand it off to Kelly, and he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Play action now. Cousins being chased out left. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he fires one, but incomplete.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
So on 4th down, Cousins will head to the sideline and give way to Dustin Hopkins. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So our initial drive here this afternoon results in 3. I'm not sure that was a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
No question about it, Brandon. You had a crowd that was all fired up during pregame introductions, yet you're able to quiet them just a little bit by taking the early lead.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. In motion left goes a tight end. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Back to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And here come the Redskins now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. Cousins. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Macklin. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Cousins now to throw on first down. He'll leave it for Kelly, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's 30 yards now in the last two plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. With Kelly. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. Kelly stripped. The ball is free. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the D-line's going to spread out. A first down throw for Cousins. Setting up the screen to Kelly. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll try and pound it in with Fowler, the fullback. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Jalston Fowler, his second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And he slides to avoid the hit. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll try and run for it with Jones. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. Second down following the run.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. 319. Over. Now, let's go.
And the back goes into motion.
Blue 90. Over.
He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Here we go. Leopard. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Over. Check four. No. Check. Patriot.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Stacy McGee with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. So on fourth down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on fourth down, the Jets call on Ryan Quigley to punt it away. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Oh, what a move. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll roll him out right. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. A second down throw for Cousins. To the right side, and he's got Macklin. Complete. Touchdown, Washington. Jeremy Macklin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
It's good to make it 17-7. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Trying to get it to Willie Snead there, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. To throw here. And that's incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Elsewhere, a score update from New Orleans. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Cousins now from the 50. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Coney Ely in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Cousins now on 2nd down. Looking long for his tight end Reed. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jeremy Maclin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time. That'll bring up second down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He uncorks it for Snead. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be from 49 yards out. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. The Jets on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Set. Blue 90.
They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Fresh set of downs here.
Patriot. Here we go. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Running right, Jones. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Let's go. Green, 30. Gun. Here we go now. Blue, Detroit.
Halfback sent in motion. He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. Going motion right, Snead. The give is to Jones. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second down following the run.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! Blue line! Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now!
They'll drop to throw. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A give to Jones. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Hurry up, here we go! 319! 319!
They'll look to throw here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue line!
On the ground, this is Ware. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. In motion, Anunwa. And a give this time to the tailback. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will close the gap down to 14. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
drive starts with Rob Kelly. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that second down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. The play clock's running down. They'll go again with Kelly. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Shift together here from the D-line. A give. This is Kelly. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Eight yards to go here on 2nd down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Third down and 12. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On play action, Cousins. Jordan Reed has it. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Time running out here on the play clock. Now Kelly on the toss. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Kelly on the counter. And this time, the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the 4th down at New Orleans. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Let's go. Green, back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. Back to throw now on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Now back to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. 1st and goal here from the 2. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now receiver in motion left. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. They'll try again with Jones. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. He's got it, and it's 24-17. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And this will be recovered by the Redskins, and that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Washington, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Jets, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.